Hello, my name is Gage, and I'll be doing the podcast assignment for Topics in Legal Affairs. Before I get started, I wanted to say thank you to Dr. Schoaf for allowing me to alter the assignment and kind of do what I wanted to do with it, and I hope this will be fun to grade and to watch. For this assignment, I'm going to be talking about abortion. Yeah, I realize being this gender isn't ideal to talk about this topic, but more specifically, I want to talk about abortion misinformation. First, I want to talk about what an abortion is. Secondly, talk about what it isn't. And lastly, talk about who is spreading that misinformation. Full disclosure, nobody has ever asked a male, like me, about their opinion on abortion and cared about it. So I won't be giving one. I just want to try and set the record straight about what it is and what it isn't, and when and where those lies are most damaging. Whether you are pro-life or pro-choice, you may have been lied to about abortions, which is never good when formulating your opinion about something. I will also be showing multiple clips to give context to what I'm saying, but anyways, let's get started.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it!
So first, an abortion is simply putting an end to a pregnancy. Against popular belief, abortions occur fairly quickly after the woman misses their period, and according to the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, they estimate 65% of legal abortions occur within the first 8 weeks of gestation, and 91% are performed within the first 13 weeks. Only 1.4%, that's right, only 1.4% occur at or after 21 weeks. Secondly, according to Planned Parenthood, these abortions are usually performed with oral medication. They take one pill called mifepristone and another medication shortly after, within 48 hours, called misoprostol. According to Planned Parenthood, these medications are very effective even up to 11 weeks. Other abortions usually consist of vacuum aspiration, or what's popularly known as suction abortion, in which the uterus is suctioned out. These are usually the scary abortions that pro-life activists point to intimidate people out of getting an abortion, even though these procedures are some of the safest procedures in the United States, even being safer than giving birth. Now, why is this important? This is important because they are facts. In 2018, a total of almost 615,000 abortions were performed, and the abortion rate was 11.3 abortions per 1,000 women, aged 15 to 44. With so many abortions being performed, there's still so many people that don't fully understand what an abortion is.
Dude, I don't get it. I don't get it either.
An abortion is not contraceptive like birth control. This is common misinformation, and to further explain, this is YouTuber Mama Dr. Jones, who explains it far better than I could.
Do hormonal birth control pills cause abortion? Let's talk about it. The primary mechanism of action of a hormonal birth control pill is to prevent ovulation. Abortion, by definition, requires a pregnancy. It is the ending of a pregnancy. Pregnancies are diagnosed with HCG, a hormone that is produced at the onset of implantation of an embryo into the uterine lining. If you aren't pregnant, you can't have an abortion. Some people say this because the lining of the uterus is thinner when you're on a birth control pill, and the theory is that if conception were to occur, there would be a lower likelihood of that embryo implanting into the uterus. However, because the primary mechanism of action of a birth control pill prevents conception to begin with, you are far more likely to have a fertilized embryo that never implants if you're not on a birth control pill than if you are. All of this really comes down to your goal. If you'd rather not be on hormonal birth control, that is totally fine, but it is completely inaccurate to say that hormonal birth control causes abortion.
Whether you are pro-life or pro-choice, this lie is damaging because it can discourage women from wanting to take hormonal birth control. Hormonal birth control can be used for more than just contraceptive. It can be used to control hormones. Another recent myth is that abortions are performed post-birth. This is what Trump said during a 2019 rally.
Baby is born. The mother meets with the doctor. They take care of the baby. They wrap the baby beautifully. And then the doctor and the mother determine whether or not they will execute the baby. I don't think so.
This is completely false. Doctors would not perform anything like this, and doctors even came out saying as much after this claim. This type of myth is also damaging because it diminishes medical professionals and the positive role that they play in women's health. It creates mistrust. So this video isn't just about every abortion myth that I can think of. It's also about who is spreading those myths. More specifically, Crisis Pregnancy Centers, or CPCs for short. CPCs are essentially organizations that seek to intercept women with unintended pregnancies who might be considering abortion. Their mission is typically to prevent abortion by persuading women that adoption or parenting is a better option. They're medically unethical because not only do they waste a pregnant person's time, but they also use lies to propagate myths under the ruse of seeming medical. Most CPCs do not have any medical staff, but will have their offices near actual medical professionals or have medically sounding names. Down the street from my house, there's actually a CPC called Choices Medical Services. How they are legal, I have no idea. CPCs use lies like abortion can cause you to have an increased risk of breast cancer, and they often waste time to actually prolong an unwanted pregnancy. And that's kind of their main goal, because the longer that you have to wait, the chances are that that abortion will become illegal at that point. Now to talk about lying doctors.
And Republicans will forever try to raise sneak hug.
Yes, doctors. Due to legislation, 5 states actually force doctors to tell women that abortion puts them at a higher risk for breast cancer. And again, this is a complete lie. 4 states require doctors to tell women that having an abortion jeopardizes future fertility. This is also an unproven lie, and for no fault of their own, makes women reluctant to trust medical professionals. One office over here looks medical and lies to them, and then they find a real doctor and then get lied to again. This leads me to the last thing I want to talk about, which is legislation misinformation regarding abortions. This is a map of states that are and are not supportive of abortions. As you can see, most states are not supportive of abortion and thus allow misinformation to spread because the state does not want women to get abortion. Laws regarding abortions are constantly changing, but the facts surrounding abortions remain relatively the same. So I said at the beginning of this video that I would not be giving my opinion on abortion, and I stand by that. But what I will say is, before we go and overturn laws and legislation and judicial decisions like Roe versus Wade, maybe we should look at the facts and stop lending an ear to misinformation. Abortion, to some, is a hard topic and can be made even harder when one side is using alternative facts. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was fun to grade Dr. Schoaf, and for any students that are watching this and want to find out more information, you can check out the CDC's website and find plenty of statistics about abortion. Bye.